Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Benji. I am doing a video for a really cool flagship that I finished up recently. This is for Philip. So Philip reached out to me a little while ago to install his flagship. This flagship is etched by a friend of mine, Pete at Bad Batch Etching. I've had work from Pete before on my Augustin style flagship that I did, and it's just super cool. And I've seen some flagships come this way that were from Pete, and they're always super just awesome to look at. Etching is definitely something that is on the list of skills that I want to acquire this year. I think it's super cool. It's just, I mean, the stuff you can do to a lightsaber is just art. It's so good, and Pete is just amazing at what he does. So this is a Mandalorian themed flagship. What we got going on with this thing is these shrouds are not your typical flagship shrouds. These come from Origin Saber on Etsy, I believe. I actually have some, not this style. There's about 3 or 4 styles, I believe, and you can just swap them out with your existing ones. They already have pre-drilled holes, so you just kind of mix and match, which is cool. Blade plug, I'm gonna have to make you one. I said I would. Hilt did not come with one, but I have one in here right now that's gonna be very similar, minus the bullet tip, but I figured it'd be fun to just show it off real quick. So etching again is really cool. I'll have some glam shots, obviously, but what I did was for the chassis, normally I get really weird and put a lot of stuff in it. On the design on this chassis, I wanted to stay kind of to the theme, you know, like armor plates and stuff on the body. Didn't want to match it completely, but what I did was kind of, you know, my take on, again, sticking with the theme, but still adding some inner working type stuff. So we've got a CFX in there, and I know that there's some people that really get their panties in a wad whenever they see me install it upside down, USB port facing down. You can lift the board, dude. I do not glue down my boards or freaking put tape over them or whatever. I had to block this person. Pretty sure many of you guys know him in the hobby. He's not exactly the most friendly of voices. Likes to play victim too. Anyways, this is easy access to SD card. You have an 18650 removable with springs. Get over it, dude. Get over it. Springs. Sorry, Philip, I'm like shitting on that dude. It's lightsabers, guys. You should be enjoying this crap. Nobody should be that elitist about a freaking lightsaber. Good grief. Spring side's a negative, obviously. So this guy, what I do is I like to put this gasket oil restraint over the soldering tips, like these little socket areas. It may not look the absolute 100% cleanest, but that the amount of sound that gets completely trapped is worth the little bit of, you know, paste there. So I wouldn't peel it, pick at it, just leave it. It's fine. But what it does is it fully encloses your speaker, traps it, and it makes the sound phenomenally better. I cannot stress that enough. If you want a good speaker sound, every speaker, doesn't matter the size, you need to be able to have it fully strapped in that chassis. If you have soldering joints showing on the side, air for sound to pass out the back of the speaker, you lose sound quality. So I had some trouble with this board once or twice. I had a glitch, and then I last minute wanted to update it because I saw Stephen Powell's from Powell's Power Ups. I watched one of his videos recently, and the newest firmware version and all that stuff I haven't really messed with. I've updated boards before in the past and been fine, but again, I'm very basic and I don't really need a lot of bells and whistles, so I'm usually really late to that party. But saw that he had a feature on the new one where instead of entering sound bank selection and taking all that time to switch fonts, you can press and hold the power and clash.
The dark saber, it belongs to you.
And we just skipped to the next font. So down here's your power, and up here's your auxiliary. This is an Ignition Sabers dual tactile switch. Love these. This saber's beautiful, and it sounds amazing. Got to mention it's a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. Very crisp. also, Steven's got those dialed in pretty well. I had a hell of a time when I tried to update this board, and I messed it up. Something happened, something glitched, something out of my control, I guess, and then I just goofed it even more trying to fix it. Steven came in clutch and sent me his a folder that has the package that he uses. So all this on here is Steven's folder, and I'll leave a link in the description. You can download it yourself. It had the firmware update to what it was. He put Battle 1 and 2, or Battle from Kyberphonic on here that are free, so there's 2 fonts on there. And then all this stuff on here as far as the config goes, he is his. It's like blade styles are his, all this stuff is his. The only thing I did was change the volume, mess with like quick ignite, and that's about it. So again, this is a really cool feature. Well, first of all, that twist off and twist on is pretty spot on for CFX. I mean, if I can do it, because I suck at this gesture control. So that's pretty good. And there's also some other things in this that was really cool to find out, that you don't no longer need like to make sure your folder, each font folder has like an LED text, and I thought that was pretty cool. So it seems like CFX is really, this latest package, everything is just really getting up to standards for what a lot of people like in a lightsaber. You know, I know a lot of people curse CFX and want to throw it in the trash can because other boards are better in their opinion, but I've said it, if you don't learn the board, that's on you, because like all these boards can do all these things, and you just got to know which settings and what to do. So again, that's super cool though. Just
the dark saber, it belongs to you.
New font. Another font.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Need to change those blade styles.
Second sister.
Second sister. You know what I mean? I love all the little details he's got in there. Etching on each cube.
Ahsoka Tano! Bo-Katan sent me.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put the blade in there. So, again, Philip, I'll make you a blade plug before this goes out. Your blade socket is also pretty tight, so you may have to sand your blade. That's why I hate gesture controls. You may have to sand your blade because it is a very tight fit. Not like Albert's mom though, she's not tight fit anymore. Love it, man. Very comfortable to swing around, of course. I mean, these flagships are just awesome. Awesome sabers. But yeah, look at this. I mean, let's go to another font.
Ahsoka Tano! Bo-Katan sent me.
Oh, and it looks like you can interrupt the boots too. One of these versions was Beskar and one standard. So obviously power on, power off, or twist on, twist off. Another font? Philip had me put on a lot of fonts for it, so. I mean, look how fast we're doing this now. It's about time. I'm gonna have to update a lot of my sabers now. And you have a lot of blade colors for your color wheel, and you have a lot of blade styles. I'll play with one here in a minute, but let's go ahead and. Oop. So for the color wheel and the blade profiles, you press the auxiliary and twist. Oop. Spectrum, which this is what I want, but keep holding. Blade profiles. Then you got a ton of different blade styles, blade profiles that Steven put on there on his package, so you can go to town with however you want. I like to go to Eye of Sauron. I mean, there's a ton of blade styles on here. Personally, the one I like from his is unstables. There's one that's just perfect for me, and I think it's getting close. I think it's that one. Yeah, that's my favorite, because I'm a fan of the flash on white, and I like his localized lockup, but moves if you need it to. But I love that flash on white. Well, there you go, man. Orange is pretty gnarly. See that? I mean, it's all fast now. That's so nice, and it looks really good coming through in there and everything. This battery might be getting low. Yellow is a lot of fun. I love yellow. Has really good ignition and power down. There's an unstable with that on there. So Philip had a bunch of fonts that I put on for him, which I was happy to do. As long as he had proof of purchase.
What could you give me? Everything.
So again, the CFX can function normal. You can hold down the auxiliary to get into font bank selection. Which he has the song in the background menu. It's pretty cool.
Vader can't stop.
So you can go up and down.
Vader can't stop.
Right? Oh, can't interrupt when it's playing normal. Okay. Really good unstable, but
Vader can't stop.
You can interrupt those. That's cool.
Nothing can.
Man, you did these flagships right, and they're loud. Yeah, there's CC Sabers. Oh, no, wait, is this CC Sabers? Yes, CC Sabers down in there. That's pretty good. There we go, Philip. I'm going to make sure this is good before I send it off. I will be in touch, and thank you guys so much for watching. I got more to come, more work. Hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll have a lot of fun stuff to show off. So thanks again so much, Philip, for your understanding and your patience and your awesomeness overall. One of my favorite things about getting new customers that want to work again with me, and the same goes back. You know, I like to make a friend of the process. So, all right, guys, that'll do it. Thank you so much. Until next time, may the force be with you.
Stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Scruffy looking.